Pouring it on, huh?
Oh, it's over.
It's over now?
It's over. 108-91 is the final. Melo goes for 22. Paul George with 20. Russell Westbrook came one assist shy of the triple-double as he has 34, 10, and 9. And here's Russ after what turned out to be kind of a feisty but relatively easy win over the champs.
Russ, 34 points tonight, assist shy of a triple-double. You talked about how your approach this season is different from last, getting your teammates more comfortable. But you were in attack mode tonight. How would you describe your mindset in this game?
Why not mindset? It's my mentality. What I live by is what I stand by. Just coming out, giving all I have, and just being at a high level.
Now, intense environment. We saw you and KD share some words, even a forehead as well. What were those interactions like?
Competing. I'm going to go out and compete every night. I'm coming at your neck every single night, and I'll just let them know that.
Against your former teammate, against the defending champions, this was a game that, you probably had circled on your calendar. But was this a turning point for your team?
Definitely. Hopefully this is the start of turning point for us, man. We got to be able to get a few wins in a row, man. Tonight was the start. Hopefully we can continue off this game.
How would you describe how you view the Warriors in terms of a rivalry this season?
I don't know if it's a rivalry or not, but obviously it's going to be a overhyped game because of who they have and who we have. But tonight we came out, competed at a high level, and won the game.
Got big performances from your other two big three. How would you describe the progress report of the chemistry with you three?
We're taking it one day at a time. It's a work in progress. All three of us are trying to find ways to be unselfish and sacrifice some things. And tonight, we did a good job of playing off each other.
So here's what Cassie Hubbard referenced a moment ago. Kevin Durant, guarded by Westbrook here, goes in for the steal, goes out of bounds. There's some head shaking, some exaggerated head shaking. Then there's a little conversation. KD gives it right back to him. Former buddies, forehead to forehead. I'm smiling, maybe some sarcasm.
You notice how the Warriors are kind of letting KD do his thing. Just go and get it out your system, young fellas.
That exchange is pretty good.
Yeah, I like that.
It was okay, yeah.
You know what?
Some
No
competition.
text.
Yep.
It didn't get out of hand. You know what? Listen.
Nobody else came in and escalated it.
Yeah,
So I
just
thought it was a
talking.
good exchange.
That was a
lot of good
professional exchange.
Yeah, it was.
That really was. That's about as good as you could see in a situation like that because there is a lot of emotion and adrenaline,
you saw
testosterone going on.
A lot of competition from those both guys. The two guys are very good competing at a high level. I liked it. It was good.
Just an exchange of ideas.
We got to play this game
Two
again.
former
Probably
teammates.
saying Happy Thanksgiving, man.
Mutual respect.
What you gonna eat? What y'all
That's right.
cooking? Y'all
I
cooking?
want to know when they play
You
again.
guys have a chance to stop by tomorrow morning before you leave, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. Okay, we asked about what the win for Miami could do earlier. How about the win tonight for OKC? Given what what they've gone through here so far this season, up and down, they blew out the champs tonight.
Well, this game was incredibly important for OKC. Not as significant from the Warriors' perspective, big picture, but for OKC, they've been struggling. They hadn't beaten a quality team in the West. And again, we talked about this with Miami. This gave them an idea of who they can be because all three guys played at a really high level. Now, even in this game, you still go away with concerns, Smitty. You've addressed this a lot. Bench production.
Yeah.
Because you can't assume those three guys are going to be that good, that efficient.
Or not get in foul trouble.
Yeah, all the time. And so
Especially against the Warriors.
Yeah. And the Warriors aren't going to play down. They're going to have a bad game every series generally, but they're going to have 4 or 5 games where they play at a high level. Can you match that level?
Right.
Tonight they show when they're on, they can. The question is, when those three aren't on, can they get enough support from that supporting cast to compete?
Even in a 17-point win, they only got 12 points off their bench tonight.
Yeah, and that's definitely a concern because when you start talking about stars matching up, and this could be a nightmare of a matchup when you start talking about stars, but I think the difference is going to be where when I can bring in an Andre Iguodala, I can bring in a JaVale McGee, I can bring in all these different guys, a Nick Young or Caspi, David West, and the names keep rolling on for the Golden State Warriors. But when you start talking about just sheer matchups, Paul George, Kevin Durant, that's interesting. You know what I mean? Obviously, we know who KD is, but Carmelo and Draymond, and then it comes down to, obviously Clay is probably guarding Russell. I think they just still need another guy, kind of a matchup problem.
Right.
I wish it was another big for the OKC, a big that could play inside out to give them the little problems.